WLAF TV 12 do not necessarily reflect those of the staff, management, ownership, or advertisers of WLAF TV 12, 1450 WLAF Radio, FM 100.9, or 1450WLAF.com.
Are you missing out on extra Medicare benefits that you may be entitled to? Hi, my name is Blake McCoy with Independent Insurance Consultants. If you have Medicare A and B and have Medicaid, TennCare, Q&B, or receive extra help on your prescription, drug premium, and copays, I want to make sure that you are receiving all the extra benefits that you are entitled to. Call me toll-free today, 1-866-691-5571, and let me help you.
Welcome to RaisX.
RaisX has a friendly service with a family environment with that country kick. It's a family owned with delicious food, offering breakfast, lunch, supper all day long, and great steaks, wonderful salmon. Also, for that sweet tooth, pies and much more. For the kids, games, daily specials, dine in or carry out. Call 423-569-3354. Call RaisX today.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Linda Kilgore, State Farm.
State Farm agent Linda Kilgore is driven to save you money on your home, auto, and life insurance.
Hi, my name is Linda Kilgore. I'm a State Farm agent in Jacksboro, Tennessee. I have 32 years insurance experience. I have been here in Campbell County for about 21 years. We offer auto, homeowners, life, health, banking, and mutual funds. Come by and let us give you a quote. Doesn't cost you anything. We can answer all your questions and choose the coverage that's right for you.
Or see State Farm agent Ann Gwen Love.
If you need rental insurance, stop by and see me at Linda Kilgore State Farm.
For all your insurance needs, see State Farm agent Linda Kilgore in Jacksboro across from Walmart, 423-566-5000, 566-5000.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. If you live for the outdoors, there's a Polaris to match your passion. Confident, comfortable, capable. That's Ace. With a solo cockpit, automotive controls, independent suspension, all-wheel drive, and up to 45 horses of fuel-injected power. Calling it revolutionary would be an understatement. Polaris, the world leader in off-road innovation.
Good evening and welcome again to Campbell County Issues. Tonight's show is also being brought to you by, I got a new sponsor tonight, another one, Tennessee Outdoors. That's in Huntsville, Tennessee. Folks, they got the Husqvarna, hey, they got their zero-turn mowers, their tractors. They've got about anything made by them, and they have 48 months, zero interest. But here's the big thing for most of you people here, is they have firearms, they got several, many guns. They got all the ammunition you could ever want. Hunting and fishing license. They got hunting and fishing supplies. They got handguns. Handguns now, folks, start at $169. Now they're located, let me just say where they're located. When you go past the Huntsville Mall, it's about 3/4 of a mile on your right as you're going out. So when you're going out to Razaks, or you're going over to Tennessee Value Homes, then you need to stop by there. Because Tennessee Value Homes, now, I had somebody to get confused, I guess, or I confused them about the homes at Tennessee Value Homes, or True Value Homes, True Value Homes. Now, you have to have land, and you know, there's got to be some responsibility. You can't just go down there and say, I want to finance a home, and not have no land or no nothing, and this is what I can pay you a month. That's not the way it works. You know, but what I've been trying to say to you, if financing is your problem or your issue, True Value Homes in Huntsville, and let me tell you, they're one of the top selling mobile home and places in this area. They sell more than anybody, and especially this particular franchise. And hey, they got great values. They can get whatever you want. You got to have land to put it on. Something has to stand good. You know, you can't just go out there and say, pay me $100 down on a home, or $500 down on a home, and you can take it out here and trash it, and then and I take it back. And that's not the way it works. There has to be some collateral out there but anyway, if the financing is an easy part of True Value Homes in Scott County. It's located at the red line of Highway 27 and 63. Also, Ron's Golf Carts and Indoor Flea Market, bringing you today's show. Now, he's got a 2010 Yamaha. I mean, it looks like a brand new golf cart. And I'm sure that when you check the price out, you'll be happy. He keeps these golf carts. He's got a club cart. Now, I'm telling you, folks, club cars, as far as their frames and everything, you can keep those forever, because they're not made out of just plain old steel where they'll rust. They're made out of aluminum. I mean, hard case aluminum. And you get one that's made in 1980 or 1985 or 1970. Basically got the same frame, and they're just as good today as they was then, unless they've been run over a cliff. That's Ron's Golf Carts and Flea Market here in LaFollette. Well, I'll tell you what, I hear some heavy thunder out there whenever I come in. And I want to ask the question and see if I can get an answer from anybody. On my way up here about 45 minutes ago, I seen 4 cop cars going back towards Jacksboro. I was at the old Woodson's Mall at the IGA store now, and zoom, 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 zoom. I mean, as loud as it could go, and about as fast as it could go, just before the rain started. So I wonder what went on back west down through there. Somebody give us a call and let us know. But I got 2 or 3 things that I want to talk about, but I want to ask one more question, then we'll get into 1 or 2 of them. How did it go at Clinchmore? Now, I did get a report from the Scott County side, but I just wonder, really, I'd like to hear from some of you and see some of the things that was talked about. And there was one thing that my buddy in Des Moines, Iowa mentioned, and I'm I don't know if somebody took it wrong. It was talking about his wife's brother at the Johnny Well, it does a show just across the hall here from me, and he's still over there, about going down in a tub down that river. Well, now that was about 10 years before the flood. He didn't go, he wasn't down that river or at the creek in a tub during the flood. It was about 10 years before that. Because if you know Johnny when he was a kid, he was into everything. Everything. And he worked on every kind of car or truck or a wagon or anything that he could work on. He worked on it, and he still does today. So anyway, no, it was about 10 years or so before the flood happened at Clinchmore that he rode down the creek in a tub. So we can sing Rubby Dub Dub Johnny in a tub. We'll get Johnny. But anyway, we'll talk to you about anything you want to talk about tonight, but I got several things that I tried to talk to you about last week, and I could not stir up any interest in what your tax rate is going to be. Your tax rate, and I say it every year. Every year. Now, you stop and think, a 24% increase in your tax rate. To me, that's not management. That's very poor management. And when you get elected, you're supposed to be able to stand up and say, and you know, people wouldn't get so upset, but how many years have you went without a raise? And you're going to have to raise eventually. People can't continue to live on a $3 an hour income. Their income has to be increased. You can't still buy gas for 75 cents a gallon to run your sheriff's department or run it, and you can't just keep putting it off so you can get reelected. That's not being responsible. Now, let's just take this 48% tax rate that they're asking for 10 years. If you just go 10 years and increase, I don't know what the total increase has been over the last 10 years, but I know they hadn't increased anything hardly at all since I've been over here, and I've been over here 13 years. But let's just say that you added 5 cents. You're talking about 2% interest, increase in the tax rate. But now you're talking about a 24%, 25% tax rate increase. And why does your elected officials do that? I promise you, I go down there, I'll never raise taxes. You say, oh, you're just one of taxes spend man. No. But we can't ask our teachers. We can't ask our sheriff's department. We can't ask those people to work for nothing. How long has it been since the teachers in Campbell County has had a raise? How long has it been since some of your sheriff's department people has had a raise? They have to have raises, but you keep putting that off, and now I know this is a bad thing to say, but you keep putting off increases for your teachers, then you continue to get what you pay for. You get to all a teacher wants to do is just go in, put their time in, and go home. And who can blame them? Oh, it's our kids, it's their job. Where can you go anywhere work for 10 years and not get a payday, and not get an increase in pay. Right now, things is going up too fast for me, and it has been for some times, but anyway, that's irrelevant to me. But what's relevant here is I'm saying not just Campbell County, it's just Scott County's got the same problem. All of it. When you get elected, oh, I will never increase your tax rate. Well, I tell you, someone that would tell me that, I couldn't vote for them to say, because they don't know what they're talking about. And you elect people because they will tell you that, and they will stick to it. And that's how you get into these situations. If you manage year after year, then it wouldn't be hard. If you ask me to pay an extra $5 a year in my property taxes, or an extra, let's just say an extra $10. That's not going to affect me at all, or it's not going to affect hardly anybody out there that owns property. But you go down here and you throw a rate on you like this, and it's going to be $200-300. Well, and a lot of people, that's a week's pay. And it's just lack of leadership. And I call it voodoo bookkeeping. You can take those and skew those numbers any way. I guarantee you, this 48 cents that they're asking for, it won't happen. They'll find some way to skew those figures and make it work for a while. And you might wind up getting by with half of that. They start out with this, and you know, that budget was supposed to have been completed on June the 30th. And now, last year, I believe we got it in end of probably September, October. It was right down to the deadline where you could not extend it anymore. And why did they do that? They do that to say, I didn't raise your taxes, I want to get your vote to get reelected. That's shirking your responsibility. But anyway, if anybody wants to talk about your taxes, I can't consider a 49-cent property tax increase, which is almost, because your property tax right now is $199, I believe. It might be just $198. That's almost 25% increase. Almost a 25% increase. And I don't know exactly what your budget is. I mean, how many million that you have to run the county government. But a 25% increase. And that's just, to me, just mean that there's not been a whole lot of management going on for quite a while, as far as moving things forward and making decisions about doing good for the county rather than to get me reelected. Now, anyway, get off my high horse and Jerry had called me. Okay. You're on the air.
Hey, big guy, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I see your boat made it over here tonight.
Oh, I gotta tell you a funny one. I mean, on the 4th of July, this gospel group was singing, or they do a little bit of a bluegrass and gospel and country. They're a pretty good little group. And this one kid is funny as he can be and smart as he can be. It come, I mean, just a cloudburst. I mean, woo, just down. And he put his, I know you can see me, I can't see, we don't have a monitor in here, so I can't see. He pointed out like this, there goes Noah's Ark. I mean, it come all right. But anyway, what's on your mind?
Hey, you heard about the Highway Patrol invasion of La Follette?
La Follette what?
The Highway Patrol, Tennessee Highway Patrol has invaded La Follette.
When?
This past week, there's been highway motorcycles everywhere. Everywhere. In fact, one of the motorcycles was down in front of City Hall writing tickets, and they were just hitting people. I heard they wrote 80 tickets in one afternoon. But one of them was writing tickets down in front of City Hall, and Mayor Mike Stanfield went down and asked him to move, and it was embarrassing for him to be writing tickets right in front of City Hall. And he told Mike Stanfield to get out of his place. He'd write tickets wherever he wanted to write tickets.
All right, and now you're joshing me, aren't you?
No. Now let me tell you how this got started. A highway patrolman pulled over a hat maker truck down here in front of IGA Grocery, IGA Grocery. Well, Hanford Hatmaker drove by and seen him having one of his relatives' trucks pulled over. He turns around and goes back and jumps all over this highway patrol. Told him, said, I'm a city councilman and you don't have the authority to be writing tickets in this town. And for you to just get in your car and leave. And so Hanford just berated this highway patrolman unmercifully. Well, word of this got back to the Tennessee commander of the highway patrol, and there ain't no way he could permit a city councilman to tell his boys what they could do or couldn't do. So a whole army of them was sent here to write all the tickets they could possibly write.
Well, now what should they do with those tickets?
Well, they go to court.
They shouldn't.
You know, everybody gets the tickets.
Well,
they have to go down to the sessions court, or either go and pay it or go to court.
Or either put it in the mailbox to Hansford one.
Let Hanford go down and pay them for you. But anyway, all you people that have gotten a traffic ticket in the last few days from the highway patrol, you can thank Mr. Hanford Hatmaker for bringing an invasion down on us. It's basically, you know, I'm going to show you that I can PT higher on that telephone pole than you can, you know? It's that sort of situation.
Okay. Whenever I was coming up here, I mentioned about cops going down the street. I mean, they were flying. There's four of them.
I don't know nothing about that one.
That was about 15 after 7.
I just know we've had about 20 or 25 Tennessee highway patrolmen descend on La Follette, writing tickets like you would believe.
Well,
they had practically every street in La Follette covered.
Okay, well, I've got David G. Young. He says, I respectfully request that you withdraw my application and resume from the search for a city administration. And he goes on down through here and says a lot of things. But basically, he's saying that Mr. Stanfield is running the city as like a dictator. That all this time the charter calls for a city manager and because he has 2 votes to get a city administrator and 2 that doesn't want a city administration, so it's up to him to vote for an administrator, and so he can vote no, and he has all the power in the city. So he says,
I have a suggestion. We've had 35 people, 35 people apply for that job. What that city council ought to do is just narrow it down to the ones that are qualified. If that's all 34 of them, all 35, that's fine. If it's 10 or 12 out of the 35, that's fine. Take all those that are qualified to do that job, put their names on a piece of paper and in a hat, and have a drawing down there at one of the city council meetings, and whoever's name they draw, they get the job.
well, you know,
That takes all the politics out of it, all the voting and everything.
well, how long's it been since they've had an administrator? At least a year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been over a year.
Miss Russell was fired,
Yeah.
and then she only lasted, what, 3-4 months? And
Jennifer Hatmaker went in there with a drilled the door, the lock out of the door, took a crowbar to her desk, tore that desk all to pieces, breaking into the drawers, and her files, and stole everything she had down there, all her records. And do you think anything's been done to him for that?
well, can you prove that he done that?
Well, he admitted it. He admitted it. He said, yeah, that was me. You know, it's like open and shut case. It's like nobody around here wants an open and shut case. They want something real complicated so they can plea bargain.
I remember that, you know, it went, what, a month or so before, and it was in the paper that someone had broken into City Hall and taken this and that, and it was a mystery for a while, and finally, I guess Mr. Hatmaker came forward and said, hey, I'm the one that done it.
Yeah.
And
he is a gutsy person, no doubt about that.
but the thing about it is, they said he had a key, and then he could have just walked in. Why did he do it that way?
He's the one, him and Kate Sexton, remember, went on a drinking trip down to Memphis, run over a highway patrolman on the way back. I tell you what, it's amazing what some of these people can do to get away with.
Well, the thing about it now, though, if he's cost all these people these tickets, they wouldn't have got them if he hadn't done that, would they?
Well, they wouldn't have sent all them people in here if he hadn't told the highway patrolman to get out of town and stay out. And the highway patrol, I think they have the legal authority on any street or road. It don't matter if it's a dirt road in White Oak. I think the highway patrol has authority.
If it's an official road in the county,
well, every road that a car can go on.
No.
It's your private driveway or.
No, not every road. Honest, there's roads in this county, or I know there is in Scott County. People travel quite often, but they're not upkept by the county unless somebody goes and requests that be put on the road list to be upkept by the county. Now there's roads out there people take shortcuts on that everybody uses, and it don't belong to nobody, or it belongs to somebody, but it doesn't.
That commander of highway patrol, he's going to show us who's the boss.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, but anyway, anybody's got a ticket, just send the bill to Hanford. I guarantee you he won't pay it.
It seems like if there's anyone can get you out of it or get out of it, he's the one.
Hey, he spent more of the city money and they sent him a bill and he just turns it up and throws it away. he owes several things, I think, to the city, but I'm not sure exactly what.
I believe he refuses to pay them.
A trip to Memphis, a trip to Gatlinburg. He's an interesting feller. No doubt about that.
He's slick as a ribbon, I bet you.
But anyway, you be careful going home now.
Okay, I will. Appreciate it.
Now, watch out for flash floods coming down Clanchmore Valley, man.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Are you missing out on extra Medicare benefits that you may be entitled to? Hi, my name is Blake McCoy with Independent Insurance Consultants. If you have Medicare A and B and have Medicaid, TennCare, Q&B, or receive extra help on your prescription, drug premium, and copays, I want to make sure that you are receiving all the extra benefits that you are entitled to. Call me toll-free today, 1-866-691-5571, and let me help you.
Welcome to RaisX.
RaisX has a friendly service with a family environment with that country kick. It's a family owned with delicious food, offering breakfast, lunch, supper all day long, and great steaks, wonderful salmon. Also, for that sweet tooth, pies and much more. For the kids, games, daily specials, dine in or carry out. Call 423-569-3354. Call RaisX today.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
A Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT. The Mule Pro FXT is engineered to smooth out the most rugged terrain. Over 8.5 inches of suspension travel make uneven surfaces feel a lot less jarring, while a tight 16-foot turning radius combined with electric power steering means easy and effortless cornering on a dime. Engine braking is tuned for a controlled feel when heading downhill, and high-output LED headlights light up the way. Round out this exceptional package with the maximum stopping power of front and rear disc brakes, and there's almost nothing the Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT.
Okay, thank you. And folks, again, I want to, especially you gun owners out there, and right now is a great time also to buy lawnmower equipment. The Tennessee Outdoor is located at 1425 Baker Highway in Huntsville, and I'll give you that number. It's 423-663-2925, and it's your Husqvarna outdoor equipment dealer, and it features lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. 48 months of zero interest. Now that's 4 years. It'll give you plenty of time to get a good mower and get it paid for. And they have plenty of guns, ammo, hunting and fishing supplies, and guns starting at $169. You can stop by and see them on your way over to RaisX. Tell you folks, RaisX. There's a couple of things over there, and I don't know of anything that's bad, but boy, I'm telling you. And then on Friday nights, they have a crowd. Woo! And I'm also your True Value Homes over there at Highway 27 and 63. Again, you got property and a down payment. The financing is one of your least worries. And that's the big thing in getting a new home. is that financing. So they have in-house financing. You check them out, and that number is 663-8633. And Ron's Golf Carts and Flea Market here behind Long John Silver's, bringing you tonight's show. And he's got a Yamaha 2010. It's just like a brand new one. You need to go and check that out. And he's also got a good club cart down there too. And he rents golf carts. You're on the air.
Oh, hello. Hey, Jeff Marlowe pulls this thing every year because he's run this county for years. Maybe they'll finally take it back.
Well, now I heard that Stan, whenever I went down there last Monday night, and I heard that they're going to release Jeff Marlowe of his position. And whenever I got there and I heard them start talking, and I said, well, wait a minute. And I actually went up and tapped Jerry on the back, Jerry Chapel, and had him come out and talk to him. And I said, hey, I thought they was after Jeff, but it looks like they're after Stan. He said, no, it's Jeff, but that they're questioning. And then I found out all this stuff. Well, sure enough, on Tuesday morning, I think they fired Stan.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. But now I don't know, there's a lot going on, but now one thing did happen down there. The mayor, he gavelled Jeff Marlowe and actually pointed at him and said, you know, I run this court, not you. Well, now that is a different approach to what I've seen down there in the 13 years that I've been here, because Jeff Marlowe has run that. And I'm not saying Jeff Marlowe is doing a bad or a good job. All I'm saying is he's actually run everything down there.
He has.
So
he's told them what to do and when to do it, how much to do it.
Right. So.
And he tells them he could come up with $100,000 tomorrow if they needed it. He always tells them they're short, that they need this much money. He does that every year. Ever since I've lived here.
Okay. Appreciate your call. Well, you got another something else?
Oh, hey, one more thing, Ariel.
Okay.
Have you read anything from Facebook or anything from overseas? They're laughing at America right now, mocking us and calling us evil and everything because of the gay marriage and this statue of Satan in Detroit. Well, they're really putting us down in these other countries.
Yeah, you know, I know I've been into a lot of other countries, and I wouldn't trade America for all of the others put together.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. Well, in a way, they've always put America down. You know, no matter what we do.
That's right.
Hey, it's good talking to you, Ariel.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye bye. I know I had another call. Give me a call right back. I know it shut you down, but call me back. We'll talk to you about anything you want to talk about. But I'm going to read you another thing here. And I kind of put the gist out there of what Mr. Young was saying, but we'll get to that here in a minute. You're on the air.
Ariel.
Uh-huh.
They was stopping people checking on if they had their seatbelts on the weekend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because there's so many people get killed, you know, when they're driving and without their seatbelt on.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. But here's what the gist that Mr. Young was wanting to get across. He says, while I know my opinion means little or nothing to you, any of you, I would like to make a recommendation. I think it's time for you to make a decision, hire an administrator, and let that person lead you in an effort to move the city forward. Your lack of leadership in this and other matters has made this decision even more urgent. I also want to congratulate whomever you choose with and wish them well. However, if you don't allow that person to perform his or her duty to accordance with the city charter, free from the individual political agenda of a mayor and the city council members, then you will once again be faced with lawsuits and more lost opportunities. I sincerely wish the city of La Follette a prosperous future. But anyway, by this letter, I would say that Mr. David G. Young has bowed plumb out of the political arena as far as La Follette is concerned. I don't see him ever getting involved in the political arena again here in La Follette, especially in a capacity of decision making. So anyway, I think that's a chapter that probably can be put to bed. And it probably needs to be put to bed. It's been going on too long, and I'd say probably at least 6 or 7 years, and that's just too long for any political feud to go on and on and on in a city this size, because it has to hurt. It don't help a thing. You're on the air.
Did you tell how many get to Clinchmore from La Follette?
I don't know how many went to Clinchmore. I tried to get somebody to give me a call, but I got in touch with someone in Scott County to tell me that it really went well, and there was a lot of people there.
I saw it on Channel 12. They did a real good job.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I just wonder how many was there, though. From what I hear, it was a very good and a lot of food.
I sure hope it is.
Okay. Appreciate
You have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I know my old buddy that called me there for a while. He hadn't called me in a couple of weeks. I just wonder if he's okay. You know who I'm talking about. You listen, got my show from Scott County and watched it a few times to give me a call over there. But I haven't heard from you in about a month or probably longer. And so I'd like to hear, see what you, because I know you get involved in that political arena. But right now, Campbell County is, whew, I just can't see how a lot of the farmers is going to be able, and just the people that's on fixed incomes that owns their own property, how they're going to deal with this thing. Because that's if you had let's just say you had a $300 tax bill, with that increase, your next bill is going to be $400, and that can make a whole lot of difference in some people's lives. You're on the air.
Hey, there was over 200 people there.
Over 200 people there.
Yeah, about 204 or 5 or something like that.
That's great, wasn't it?
It was. It was great, and it went well.
Good. That's good. I wanted to come up there and get some of those chicken and dumplings, but I was honestly, I was afraid to try to drive my car up there. It's so low, and I called 2 people to see if they wanted to go that own trucks. They didn't want to go, so. But I should have gave it a try.
Yeah, it was nice.
Well, that's good. There'll probably never be that many people up there at one time ever again.
Probably won't.
And we have to give the guys a little credit that came here on the show and done a lot of advertising, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That is good.
Okay, I'll get up here and let you know.
Okay, appreciate your call.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But now Jerry Chadwell was supposed to show up tonight, and we were going to discuss this thing about the city administrator and what have you. This has been going on here for quite a while, and I'll say it. They either need to rewrite the charter and send it into the state, and get rid of a city administrator. I mean, can be done. And now here's the thing about it. The city's been run evidently pretty good, because for what I understand, I might be wrong. I understand as far as financing and the things, how the county or city is working, have got quite a bit of money in the bank and operating pretty sound. But your charter says you're supposed to have a administrator, and that's the way it's supposed to be run. That's the way it should be done. But I don't see the city being in a bad shape right now, as far as the finances seem to be pretty good, and everything else seems to be running pretty good. But basically the city is operating unlawful, really, because your charter basically says you must have an administrator, and it's supposed to be run by that administrator. And basically the mayor in this town, I think they make $800 a month, where an administrator would make $80,000. Doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make a bit of sense to me. But anyway, that's just the way it goes. Now, I want to change gears a little bit here, and I don't know where I could get a lot of response here in Campbell County, but I've got an enormous amount of an hour and a half of last night talking about coaches. I would say right now, as far as Campbell County is concerned, and Ed, if you can bring us up to date, if you're listening, how your fall practices went and how it's going to look, what you project for the year. You had a lot of good players last year to graduate, but is most of the people here in Campbell County satisfied with the coaches at every level? If you all are you all kind of like us in Scott County? We have a lot of people that's connected to the county some way. But see, I remember last year you all had several coaches that were coaching that didn't even work for the school system and was actually being paid a nice salary, over $50,000. Had 5 or 6 of those, or 7. So if you got that kind of money, how come you're giving extra money to the county commission, giving extra money to the school system? And what kind of money is being shelled out for the? Now, I've got someone that's teaching or be teaching here this year, and coached here last year, and was given and put in a position, and I think he's going to be a pretty good coach, because he's dedicated to that. And but I just wonder if you all have looked, or if this county commission has and school board has looked in that area of how much money could the school board say, well, we don't need any more money. I don't know whether the county commission gave them a dime this year or not, other than their last year's budget. And which the county commission can't take that money back. But got a 25% increase. You stop and think. Whenever I look there and I seen people that, when you have your delinquent taxes, and I seen people owing $20,000 and $30,000 in some cases, that automatically, say if it's $20,000, automatically go to $25,000. That's an enormous raise, and I don't hear anybody raising Cain. Only one that I've seen say anything hardly at all about it. I can't get no calls on the cable here, but I can read in Ann Hester. She's always at least touching on it in one way or another and saying, you know, things about the tax increases. But you never hear enough responses from it. And I believe people has given up.